Alright, hey, welcome. So real quick, I wanted to chat about these two brow pen, brow flick type of items that I have been trying out. I have had the Glossier Brow Flick in black for quite some time now, and I made another little demo video kind of showing how I use this product in specific. And then more recently on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, this was an item that was on sale for $13 as opposed to I think its typical price, which would be $26. I'll double check on that. I got the shade in Cool Cookie, and I am kind of slowly on the hunt for the best brow hair drawing type pen sort of item, and this has been on my bucket list of items to try for a long time. Long story short, I'm pretty disappointed with this product, but I will break it down a little further. So a few details on the Urban Decay Brow Blade. There is a pencil on one side, and it's kind of just that micro fine pencil. You don't get very much product at all, for a brow pencil, I would say. And on the other side, you have a pen, and the pen is very, very fine of a tip. I was really excited when I first opened it because I saw that it is... I was really excited when I first saw it because I saw how tiny and fine the brush was on the Urban Decay one versus the Glossier one is a lot bigger, as you can see. And I first started drawing strokes with these pens and to compare and contrast on the back of my hand. And the Urban Decay one is on this side, and the Brow Flick from Glossier is on this side. As you can see, it is much, much fainter, and it honestly fades really quickly. For both of them, I drew tiny strokes just with the very tip of the pen, and then a few longer strokes here and here, kind of pressing down with the side of the pen, just so you could see what those looked like. And the Urban Decay one fades really quickly. I put this on a few minutes ago. I didn't really rub around or anything, and it's already disappeared quite a bit. It kind of rubs away pretty easily too. So here you can see I just drew a few more brush strokes right there. These are the fresh ones, and they are much more pigmented than these down here. So if lasting power is an issue for you, definitely be aware of that. The biggest con of the Glossier Brow Flick that prompted me to go shopping around to keep looking for other brow pen-like items was that it was kind of hard for me to work with. There is a bit of a learning curve, and I feel like in order to get a really nice natural brow, the expectation on the skill level of the user is kind of high, and if you mess up, it's really hard to remove and backtrack. So as you can see, the pigment is pretty intense on the Brow Flick, so that can be really, really noticeable if you make an error. And it's hard to get these really fine hair-like strokes. It's not as hard on the back of my hand, but on my face, it's easy to accidentally press down just a little bit too much, and then you have a really chunky fake brow hair that's super noticeable and hard to remove, and that's it. Your brow is just kind of eh. So that had always been kind of an issue for me. So when I first tried the Brow Blade, I was thrilled. I thought, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. Less pigmented, finer tip. I can draw such easy brow hairs. This will be great. But this is in fact way too lightly pigmented. So much so that you can't, it doesn't look like a hair when I draw it on my skin. It's the slightest tint behind my eyebrows, but it doesn't look like a hair. So it kind of works the same purpose as the brow pencil in my use case, where I can kind of shade in sparse areas and like tint my brows to make them fuller looking, but it doesn't fill the purpose that I'm trying to find with my brow like liquid brow pen, a tool that I can use to draw in like an actual fake hair. I could maybe try the darker shade. It does come in like a black or espresso. I was drawn to Cool Cookie because like on Ulta's website they had an Asian person wearing Cool Cookie, and I thought, oh, that would be good for me. The color is a little bit warm, especially in the like little demo I show where I just apply it. It definitely looks a little bit too warm for me. I think on my face as a whole, especially if my hair was to get a little bit more like sunburned, that's like a thing. It'll lighten in the summer. Then it'll match really well, but for the fact that it's a hair too warm and I can't see like the brow strokes with this color, prompts me to, if I were to try this, I would definitely get like the deepest shade. But honestly, it like fades so much and has been kind of underwhelming that I don't know if I would really be drawn to trying more shades of this. Another thing I should mention is the pencil part. It's like vastly underwhelming. I think a lot of drugstore eyebrow pencils perform just as well, if not better than this. I mean, I don't have many complaints. I'll use it up. It's like a decent brow pencil, but I have on occasion tried like mid-range brow products and brow pencils and felt, wow, this actually is a little nicer than the things that I've tried from the drugstore. But that's not the case with this pencil at all. It's like extremely underwhelming. I only bought it for the pen part, and that's still like not really holding up for me. So yeah, pretty unfortunate overall. If you are looking for a product that can help you draw on fake brow hairs, I would still say the Glossier Brow Flick is the one to go for. It is pretty challenging and kind of finicky to work with, but it'll certainly do that job better than this. However, this is like decent just for like filling in my brows overall. I can give a really natural look and a really nice crisp edge on the edges of my hair. Actually, a small thing is I find that the pencil, the like brush pen part is really nice for filling in like the front of my brows, because that's a part that like I definitely don't want to overdo and actually accidentally draw on a really intense hair. So, and I think generally like I try to fill in the front of my brows a little bit finer and a little bit lighter. So this is like kind of perfect for that, but by no means do I need two different brow pens, one for the front of my brows and one for the rest of my brow. That's just excessive. So that covers pretty much all I have to say on the Brow Blade by Urban Decay. I am pretty disappointed. If I ever try the darker shade and find different results, I'll let you guys know. But for now, I'm happy with the Glossier one, I guess. I don't use it that often anyways, just for days when I feel really fancy and want to have a really perfect brow. Another thing slightly worth mentioning is I feel like you would go through the pen in this a lot faster than the Glossier one, simply because of how pigmented the Glossier one is, whereas this one I find myself like I could fill in my whole brow using this and it would still look like a pretty faint brow. So I just imagine that this would get used up faster. Alright, that covers it. Let me know if that was helpful, if you have any other questions. I'm kind of on a bit of a brow kick, so I will be uploading more discoveries I've found regarding brow products. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.